Remy Friday that we gonna have in our red cup. Who drinks off that they don't need to know that their biological father was donor sperm? Or you go out there and have sex with somebody.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right?
Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole, also known as Kollie Kole. If you're new and you stumbled across the channel, over here we do a little bit of hair, a little bit of makeup. We do quite a few hauls, but most of all, we do a whole lot of living. It's a lifestyle channel. So if that's your vibe, click the button. Boo things, new day, new week, new vlog. It's giving very much sucky. Today is Remy Friday. I ain't got no hookah. I ain't got my YouTube music videos. I mean, I guess technically I do have my YouTube videos because I can put them on the TV right here. But as I watch McKenna, y'all have not watched McKenna. I love her. She like, I feel like she just turned something like, I don't know, 21, 22, 23, something. And she is doing big things with her young self. She got all these kids. She got this man, this house they just moved into, and a whole YouTube channel that she still manages to make content, edit the content, and put the content out for the peoples. And I'm here for it. You know, I wish I would have had that thought. I don't even want to say that thought, but YouTube wasn't a thing when I was that age. Had it been, I wish it would have been an opportunity that I could have taken advantage of at that age. Anyway, that's beside the point. The point that I was making was, it's Remy Friday. And I'm drinking water. I don't have any hookah. My friend Ebony is at work. Working like, I don't want to say it because some people may find it offensive. Anyway, she working real hard for the dollar. And I don't even know what I'm going to eat for dinner. Like, what I'm going to do. Because my friend said she too tired to go eat. And excuse my air. Y'all already know the deal. If I turn the air off, it's like hell in here. If it's on, it's loud AF for y'all, because I can hear it in the background when I edit the video, and it's annoying to me. So I know it's annoying to y'all, but I love y'all, but I'm not finna burn up. My friend, she working real hard, and I know how hard she working because I know how hard I be working when I be at work. So I'm not even mad that she don't want to go eat or smoke hookah or just be outside in LA on Friday. So I guess I'm gonna try to figure out, I could go out by myself. I just don't want to. It's Remy Friday. Like, I don't want to. So we gonna start over tomorrow on Saturday. So what I guess I need to do is figure out what we gonna do, because it's gonna be me and you. What is we gonna do? What is we gonna do? Is that the way that song goes? Comment down below if you know the old school song that I'm talking about. What are we gonna do? I'm gonna have to Google that because now it's really bothering me. Anyway, what are we gonna do? Like, are we gonna put on some clothes and risk going outside and not go missing in LA? Put on some clothes and go outside and risk the monkeypox? Speaking of, we didn't live through COVID. Now I gotta worry about monkeypox. Like, what is the actual, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, what is the real probability of me contracting monkeypox from being outside. Like, do I have to touch something that somebody else done touched that had the monkeypox and had a bump, and the bump was leaking stuff, and then they had touched the bump that was leaking stuff, and then they touched something, and then I come back and touch it? Like, how does it really work? Like, I should really research it. I mean, you know, since I'm in the medical field. Because at this point, I don't want to touch anything or anybody. Hell, I don't even want to touch my own patients because I'm scared. And these are real life conversations that me and the people in my head been having recently. And before I got off on Monkeypox, I forgot where I was going with this conversation. As my phone goes off, it's Shaw and Eb. Hold on. Ebony just sent this whole text message to me and Shaw, and it's all about foolishness that's happening at work. And at the end, she puts slam phone emoji. Is there a slam phone emoji? Let me see. I don't think there's a slam phone emoji. I cannot. There is no slam phone emoji. But whatever. I get what she's saying. Back to what I'm trying to figure out about my own life. What I'm gonna do? It's Rumor Friday. I guess we could. I don't even have my tripod to do like a cute aesthetic. I mean, you know, over here we get it how we live. It's like aesthetically to a certain point, but most of all it's real life. So I don't even have my tripod to try to do like a hotel vibe from what I got to work with. Self-care video. I guess we could order us something to eat, have a couple drinks in the room, and then maybe we could talk. I could always talk to y'all about random stuff. Ooh, no, I can't get on live because I be scared to go live. Some of y'all done told me to go live on YouTube, but I'm like, I'm scared. I'm scared I'm gonna go live and then ain't nobody gonna show up. But I be wishing we could like have real life conversations. Comment down below on, you know, like if we need to try to work that out. I'll be back. Here we are, hours later, trying to salvage any form of Remy Friday that we can. So I can't take walking back and forth up the hallway to the ice machine because it's about 20 rooms, which is about a 40 room walk to the ice machine. I got a little ice in this cup. This is really killing my soul. I done had to break it down into pieces with the wine opener because you know what? We got to work with what we got, okay? And now I got a few. That's water. We're going to put this right. We're going to put this back in the baby refrigerator. Just stay frozen. Don't melt on me yet. I need you to last about another cup or two. And then we got this little pitiful Remy Friday that we gonna have in our red cup. Who drinks fine cognac out of a red cup? Not me. Not me. But you know what? I am today. I'm back a few hours later, and as you see, here's started my that do that every time I turn this camera on. It's like always blowing. I don't know, it's like a low blow situation, and then the second I turn this camera on, it's like a high blow, a high loud blow. But whatever. I'm back and having my Ramen Friday. Looking for stuff to do while we're here. And Ebony just sent me something about a Tupac exhibit, and I'm here for it. It closes on September 5th. So make sure your notification bell is on, because that video will be coming soon, because you know we're going. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe and hit the notification bell. All right. However, I have got to get me, comment down below. I'm always telling y'all to comment down below, and shout out to those of you who actually comment down below. We need some new shoes. Ebony and I both need new work shoes. I usually live my life in Air Max. Yeah, that's it. That's all. That's what I usually live my life in. All the different forms of Air Max. I've worn them. I've had them. Ebony is a New Balance. What's some other shoes she like? I feel like right now she got some Nikes, hates them, but she usually has New Balance, or what's some other shoes? I can't think of it right now. It's not coming to me. But recommendations on good shoes, good walking / running shoes, so that we can work in them, because we be straight skating around that labor unit where we at right now. We got 6 weeks left. And in addition to, like, every so many months, when you wear your shoes that much and you do that much walking, I feel like they said nurses are supposed to switch their work shoes out like every 6 months or something like that. And I know I done hit my 6-month mark. So help a sister out. I'm gonna ask y'all, since we sitting here just having Remy Friday, I want to ask y'all a question. So this was a conversation that I was having with someone a few weeks ago. I don't even remember how the conversation came up, but I'm gonna talk about it with y'all, and I'm gonna see what y'all's response is in the comment section. And disclaimer, do not be rude, okay? Because you will get blocked. Just a simple answer on what your opinion is and why. That's it, if you choose to comment down below. So if you're new, I did IVF, and I have 2 embryos with donor sperm, and then I got 8 frozen eggs that, you know, I can use with someone if I meet someone one day, and it'll be mine and his kid. But these 2 little embryos, this his and this her embryo that I already have, is with the donor sperm. So the conversation that I had, and I know you watching, I know you're watching. So, because I know you ain't gonna comment down below, you can read the comments and then hit me up or call me. Hit me up and we can discuss. So the discussion was, when I choose to have my baby or babies, because I don't know if I'm gonna use both of them. You know, 2 kids, that's a lot. 1 is a lot. So when I decide to have one or both of my embryos, am I going to tell them where they came from? Like, the fact that they are children. What's the correct way to say it? Am I going to tell them that they were conceived with donor sperm? Like, you're mine. You're biologically mine, but biologically, we don't know who your paw is because it's donor sperm. Now, for those of you who don't know, before you can even, before the IVF clinic will even let you inseminate the eggs with the donor sperm, before you can even do the whole process, you have to do like a million different things. But one of the things that you have to do, I know, is like state law in Texas. You have to do like a counseling session. I don't remember, because, you know, I don't remember the term, if it was a psychiatrist, psychologist, one of them. But you have to do a counseling session with them. And during that session, they tell you that statistically, children who are I don't want to say products of, children who are born from donor sperm or donor eggs do better later in life when they're taught as little people that, you know, they're special, they're different, however you want to put it. And like, for example, she said you can reference like how special you are, how much mommy really wanted you, mommy, you know, however you want to put it. But they don't have a real, it's not that they don't have a real dad, but you get what I'm saying. However you choose to word it, the point is for them to know that they were made with your egg and donor sperm. And when you choose the donor, they recommend that you keep any information that you can get about the donor, because at some point, whether you tell them or somebody else tell them, or they go and find out on their own, and they grew up thinking that somebody was their daddy and their daddy just ain't involved, or you are with this man and you lie and say that this man is your biological daddy, and they find out one day that it's not. Statistically, they cope better when you've been telling them that biologically it was donor sperm. And then when they're old enough and they're ready, you have things to show them. You have photos from the donor. Most times, like my donor, I have baby pictures, toddler, adolescent, teenage, adult. I have voice recordings. The point is so that you can give them something to reference, so that once they find out, they're not out here in the world looking at every man like, this could be my dad. Now, per my friend, love him dearly, we had to agree to disagree. He says that I could do more damage to my kid by telling my kid that I made my kid with donor sperm. That the child does not need to know that he or she is a product of a donor, that he or she is a product of donor sperm, and that that person is somebody that he or she is never going to get to know. That it would be better for me to focus on the nurturing part, which I get. I agree with that. I feel like it doesn't matter where you came from if you grow up in a loving household. I grew up in a loving household. My dad is not my biological daddy, but that's my daddy, because I've known that man since I was 6 months, and that's who I grew up with. That's who put a roof over my head. That's who gave me words of wisdom. That's who was there when I fell and I bumped my knee. That's who was there when I drove the car into the light pole. That's who taught me how to drive so I wouldn't be backing up in the light poles. Like, that's my daddy. Like, those are the things I think that shape you as a child when you're growing up. I was not messed up by the fact that it's not my biological father, that Rod and I are not 100% brother and sister. We're half, only because we only have the same mom. That shit did not matter. So to me, I don't feel like I'm going to cause my child a lifelong time of, I don't even know how to put it. I don't feel like me being honest with my son or daughter by telling them how much I love them and wanted them, that this is how they got here. And even if when I end up with someone, of course I'm going to end up with somebody that's going to accept my kids for who they are, even though they're not biologically theirs, because my daddy accepted me and I was not biologically his. I don't feel like being honest with my child is going to hinder him or her in any way. Now, of course, depending on where they are mentally at the time, when we have to actually have a conversation where they're old enough to understand the concept, who knows how they're gonna take it. So of course there may be a time when there's like a transition period because they gotta process this. I'm well aware of that. But I feel like I would do more harm if I didn't tell him or her or both. And then they find out, whether somebody else tell them. Hell, they come back and watch one of my YouTube videos one day. Or they just feel like they don't look like no damn body and go searching and figure it out. I feel like that would do more harm than me telling the truth. But my friend who has 756,000 degrees in psychology, psychiatry, and all of the motherfucking things says he doesn't recommend it. That it should not be about that. That they don't need to know that part. It would be better off for them to just think whoever I'm with is their dad. And or if I'm not with someone, that the daddy is not involved, that they don't need to know that their biological father was donor sperm that I bought and fertilized some eggs with, and that they never gonna get to meet him. I don't know. I'm saying all this to say, I'm just curious to see what y'all think, because if you watch my last video, I'm always enlightened by what other people have to say about things, because a lot of times, you know, it may make me, you know, shed light onto something that I had not already thought about. So please feel free to comment down below. As I sit here on this nice roomy Friday and put y'all in all my business.
Very, because the energy from it. It's the energy. I'm a very sexual person. I ain't up pleasing my partner. So
did y'all watch this?
that's like one requirement. Then garden. I'm not speaking for all men because I'm me.
Okay.
I can't speak for the rest of the world. Okay. I'm not guarded at all. If the energy,
Kevin.
If it doesn't, it doesn't. They look weird. You can meet somebody 2 seconds. You know if you like them or not.
Oh,
Kevin said he don't care how many eggplants you done took. It don't matter. If I love you, I love you. And that is mine.
So,
if you gonna give it to me.
about being suicidal.
Whew. These niggas out here would never, Kevin. They trying to count every Tom, Dick, and Harry that you did or you didn't, because it don't matter what you tell them, they gonna give you a number.
I wish to die by that dick.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. That's my favorite thing to say when I just really get in my groove and I'm punching that bitch. I just be like, yes, Lord. Because I wasn't, it's a blessing.
This boy's crazy.
Beautiful women and all this ass bent over for me. I ain't growing up having this. It's a blessing.
I cannot. I'm gonna link it in the description box. And if you don't listen to Kevin Gates' music, then don't even waste your time. But if you listen to his music and you somewhat know about the man, then watch the interview with Young Miami on her show that she has on Revolt that's on YouTube. I watched the whole thing. It was quite entertaining to me because the man, his thought process is just so extremely throwed. There's a part in the show where they talk about cheating. And Kevin says, if he with you, if you his woman, and you go out and have sex with another man, he don't care. He is more bothered if you don't tell him, and or you don't be gracious enough to record it and come back and show it to him. So vice versa, if y'all together and he going to sleep with another woman, he should be able to come back home and tell you he slept with her. And y'all basically get a kick out of it and talk about it because you his main. And just because he go out there and have sex with somebody, or you go out there and have sex with somebody, it ain't got nothing to do with the relationship or how you feel about each other. Like he said, if you up and decide or you choose somebody that's not him, he gonna help you pack because he know who he is and what he done for you and how he treats you. So he's just gonna be waiting for when you call him talking about what you doing. I don't even know what to do with my cup right now. Like, all right, Kevin. And I feel like in 2022, it's probably real life for a lot of relationships out here. However, I just don't get it. Y'all see how my air? Y'all hear that? Quiet. Nothing. I started talking to y'all. Disrespect. I'm like Young Miami. You come home and you tell me that you getting out, I'm getting out, I'm taking the whole house. Like, what's the point? Like, what's the point? We just talked about this in my last video, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna need you to go watch it. Sort of, kinda, we talked about this, but what's the point? Help me. And it's a lot of y'all. It's a lot of y'all watching, men, and y'all watching, but y'all not commenting. What's the point of us being together, but yeah, we can still freely go and do what we want whenever we want, and then come back together? Y'all must don't know it's monkeypox out there. Like, clearly, because according to the internet, HIV now has a damn cure. So minus the HIV, it's monkeypox out there. Jesus, we got monkeypox. We got the HIV. Like, it's so much out there in the world that has nothing to do with the emotional and the mental impact that occurs when you choose to be in a relationship with somebody, but they out there spending their time with somebody else, whether it's physically or emotionally. That fucks with you when you have chosen a person and your person is doing things with other people that ain't you. That's why people go out there and they do shit and they don't tell their partner, because they don't want them to know, because they don't want it to mess with their head, and they honestly don't want to hurt them, and or they just don't want to fucking hear about it. That's why people lie. So what's the point in being with a person? We already know that I'm slow. I'm just asking questions. Help me understand the ways of the world in 2022, because I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't. And since we're here and we're talking about, I guess this could be a visual. This could be a visual, what do I call them? Diary? Journal? I can never remember. I think I call it a visual diary. I guess it could be a visual diary since it's all about me today. Me and you and your cousin too. Y'all don't remember. Anyway, I can see Ebony right now. Good night. Shatu, good night. Anyway, somebody asked me to elaborate more on what I spoke about in my Get to Know Me video when I said I'm not in a relationship. I'm not talking to nobody. I'm available for coffee, meet and greets, whatever it is that may come about. I said what I said. Like, the way I said it is how I meant it. There's nobody in my DM. Ain't nobody been going up my phone. Hell, I randomly gets off of whatever random Wi-Fi that I'm on and call somebody just to make sure that AT&T ain't disconnected me. Like, that's how dry my phone is. Sorry, not sorry. It's the truth. And nobody, I'm not going to say no one. Men don't seem to believe me. Men don't want to believe me. They seem to think that most women got somebody on standby. No, we don't. Now, there's a difference in having a ready-made lineup and having somebody that you can call, spend time with, have sex with, all of those random things. Most people, men and women, have that list of people. Like, you got it. But 9 times out of 10, ain't nobody on it that you actually want to deal with. Because they get on your nerve to some capacity. And that capacity that they get on your nerve, you don't want to deal with them. But if you wanted to do anything, whether it was lunch, brunch, dinner, Netflix and chill, have sex with, whatever it is, you have a selection. But in real life, you don't have a selection because you don't want that. That's me. Just being real. So when I say I'm not talking to anyone, I'm not dating anyone, no one's blowing up my DM, not unless it's the spam, the bots, the what you call them people, the scammers. Those are the only people that are in my Instagram DM. But no one, the men don't seem to believe it. Like, this was literally a whole conversation recently, and I just feel like my inbox is full and my phone is constantly blowing up when it's like the desert. It's just, it's dry. Anyways, once again, it's after 10 o'clock. It's Monday, Friday. And I spent the whole day talking to y'all. Now, y'all know I love y'all, but I'm going to have to say goodbye. Thanks for hanging out, spending time, keeping me company. And tomorrow is Saturday. Eb and I are both off. So, I'll see y'all in tomorrow's vlog.